I saw my friend, awesome guy, big beard, wise, and he was like, yeah, look up socialism in the dictionary in the election line, and I'm like, I'm good to see someone I know here. But no, I can't vote in the primary for the election because I'm on independent, and independents aren't allowed to vote in the major party elections for president in Arizona, but other ones you can vote at any or whatever. So I dropped Charlotte off at some Valley Hospital. The Valley Hospital said, I asked them a question, I said, can someone eat fruit here? And they said, yeah, we have lots of great fruit. So I said, if you wanted to make a fruit meal and eat fruit, you can do that. And they said, yep, absolutely, we support that. And then I asked them, well, what about water fasting? Water fasting regenerates the stem cells. It's proven in science. It rebuilds the immune system. It does, analysis. A lot of things happen. Ketosis happens within the water fasting process. And she's like, wow, if you had a doctor that supported it, yeah. So there we go. We gotta find, I don't know, I guess you could say Oasis Health Center, Dr. Lodi, he's doing that out there, but how could I become a doctor and to advise that, which I don't even agree with doctors? Oh, there's a pomelo tree around here, I'm trying to find it. If I can find that tree, it's got huge pomelos. I don't have time to hunt for that. I actually know where better pomelos are. It's got so many seeds. Some pomelos are extremely seedy, but what else could I say? The Valley Hospital, dropping off Charlotte. Hopefully she gets that rehabilitation that she so desires to get off of the dependency to alcohol, which, wow, I know I've lost relatives to that. But as far as the primary and the voting thing, what else could I say about that? Like, we don't want communism. We don't want fascism. Bernie Sanders is not an anti-war candidate. He votes to fund military-industrial complex, keeps the F-35 program, keeps all these failed things going that, sure, he's a small business guy and he's bailed out small businesses, but that's just, okay, like large business, small business, it's let them fight and fail and succeed on their own accords. If people make conscious decisions, they'll be like, oh yeah, I don't want to be denied choice in my life. And the medical model, based on fraud, set up by the Rockefellers, set up by the Mellons, the Morgans, the banks, the central banks as well. He doesn't want to take down the banks. He wants to restructure the banks. And Donald Trump, what a wild card we got there. I like the funniness of it and like how he's standing up to things. But the xenophobia is not going to fly. That's why Gary Johnson seems the choice of most reason and logic, in that he will end the IRS. He will eventually destroy the Fed, because the Fed, what happened with the Fed vote? Bernie Sanders gutted it. And then Ted Cruz skipped it. So, Mark, definitely Trump being elected over Cruz, there's a very clear reason why people are choosing Trump over Cruz, because no social conservatism or Jesus dick sucking or whatever they want to call that, what people are doing as far as like being adherent to like lordy ideas set by the Romans and whatever, that's a whole other video. But let's see. So don't want fascism, don't want communism. We want to keep our liberties. Liberty in America and an anarchist project and a protected individual with inalienable human rights is what the deal is. That's what we do here. And if you don't understand it, read some Rothbard, read some Mises, read some Hayek. The Keynesian business model has failed us as a civilization. It gets unbacked debt, or all this debt to who? Debt to Mars? People say there's no debt to Mars. This is like ridiculous. People understanding the abundance, the limits, and participating within natural systems. Sure, we have a lot of unnatural self-destruction we've introduced since the Industrial Revolution, but that doesn't mean we can't overstand it and move towards more sustainable. People say, well, hey, if I have solar power, I have free energy. Oh wow, I grew up on solar panel. I had free energy my whole life. So what is the point in not doing that? And if there's a model out there to help you get that and to lower our dependence on fossil fuels, which they're not a renewable resource, that's a finite resource. And the way I see dinosaurs, I have my own theories, and I see dinosaur blood, or plant bloods, all the different mixtures of oil, whatever oil gets broken down from life and into the earth, that's like the lubrication of our crust of Earth. That stuff helps that much to discover that. But the more we manipulate things, just like in natural hygiene, if we're going to manipulate the body with these drugs and suppression, the best thing you could do is what they're doing. They give time and care, and I guess people do want drugs. Oh, Valium, just suppress this and that, and that's what they're going to take. But in reality, the answer comes from within the own body, and sickness is the cure. So if you are too fearful and scared to go through the sickness until it ends and the symptoms are over and your body is healed, you will live a pattern of continual, just like voting for Democrat or Republican, a continual traumatic pattern of tragedy. That's all I can say. And there we go. That's made a little video, driving and talking.